Just a regular old breakfast mug today, and I did not put any sweetener in that. That said, what happened at its base? Let's strip this down, shall we? We watched a man, in the form of Chris Rock, make a joke about a woman's decision to shave her head. Personally, I don't care why she shaved her head. It could be cancer, alopecia for another reason, could be a stylistic choice. What I know is that Jada had a conversation over many, many months, if not years, with herself, perhaps a few close people around her, maybe even jested to a few friends on that outer circle. Either way, her decision to shave her head down is a huge statement in our society. Even for a man, and I would know. I shave my head weekly. It's a big deal coming face to face with losing one's hair. But from a woman's perspective, where hair is in fact a badge of womandom, of femininity, rules they did not come up with, rules we did not get asked about, but rules nonetheless, biases and cultural norms that shape the way we see the world and how we see ourselves. And so this woman, for whatever reason, again, I've heard a few slips of alopecia or this, but I don't care. Not on this one. Because all I care about is this point. Jada Pinkett Smith made a choice to go bald. To go down, and she's not even really bald. She goes tight. I'm so disappointed in Chris Rock. I'm sorry. It threw me off. It threw me off here. So the fact that he poked fun at her is an immediate punch down, because a woman without hair, and I've had the pleasure and honor of knowing several women who had to lose their hair over cancer treatment. And I shared space. I didn't hold it, I shared it in some of the misery the hair loss caused them. So this is immediate punch down by Chris Rock. An absolute immediate punch down. And that is enough right there to warrant an apology on his part. But now let's add in several other factors, shall we? Let's add in that it's International Women's Month, so that's on everybody's mind right now. You're in Hollywood, which, unlike most industries, Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak out of context here. If you're listening in the comments and you want to do a little research, let us know what the demographic breakdown of Hollywood overall might be. This isn't something that I actually researched. But what I wanted to say in my notes was that you're in Hollywood, which crowns itself as being left-leaning, whatever that means to you. Being a place of creativity, openness, and acceptance. That's what they pride themselves on being, yes? So, again, we're talking about punching down in a room full of folks that, for the most part, pride themselves on not punching down, on looking out for the little guy. But the worst part is that you did it with a joke from a quarter century ago. From a quarter century ago. To put that in perspective, if it were 1997, and I'm just doing some quick math in my head, that would put you in 1962, yes? No, 1972, I'm sorry. One or the other, doesn't matter. It would put you out of touch. Now, when we then consider that the joke that you used from 25 years ago was a women's empowerment movie highlighting the misogyny within the Marine Corps and the sacrifice of the hair to fit in, to conform, the controversies that came out of that. I was only 15, 16, 17 years old at the time when this was going on. 15, 16. Depending on what time of the year it was. And there was a statement that was made with that movie. There is historical context that comes with that movie. And so should they use it in punching down only further serve to show you really hadn't considered where you were stepping. You really didn't know where you were going on this one. Ooh. That right there really, when I saw, I need a moment. I can feel the chi rising here. This is in fact why I got away from talking about politics. But this is also why I say you don't have to follow politics to follow politics, or to know what's going on in the world and have an understanding of the world you live in. I just follow celebrities. It's one of the things that I do, and I do that on purpose. The celebrities that I follow overall are the movie stars I watch, the musicians I listen to, the authors I read. And in doing that, whatever news I get, generally speaking, has to do with all of that. Now, one of those subscriptions that I have is Netflix. It's something that keeps me in the loop of what the zeitgeist is in the world. It's how we do the ChiCast. My leg, by the way, has fallen asleep. And if you listen to this at night to fall asleep, one, thank you for letting me into your dreams. But two, with my foot asleep, I'm partially joining you at least 20% of the way here. Oh. Let's see if a cup of chi will wake it back up. Now, let's be real here. Am I surprised and disappointed it escalated to violence? Of course I am. Am I mad Will did what he did? Not from a principled standpoint, no. From a PR standpoint, yes. I understand it shouldn't have gone down that way, but from a principled standpoint, no, I'm perfectly fine with it. Brought a little tear to my eye, knowing that the Philly is still in him. Is Chris Rock lucky it didn't go further? Yeah, I think that situation could have gotten out of hand very quickly. But before I go farther, what were your thoughts when you watched, saw, or heard about the encounter? Like a lot of people, I thought it was fake when I saw the thumbnail. But as soon as I saw the footage, when I saw what Rock said, my heart sunk a little. I got a little angry for Will Smith. And I recognized right there, no, that's real. That's real anger. Ooh. Okay, let's finish this video. Anyway, where did you land on this? Was Will justified? Was he out of line? Both? That's possible. What about Chris Rock? Using a movie created to highlight the misogyny of the world it was created in 25 years ago. A movie which in fact spawned its own controversy about Demi Moore shaving her head was used to make fun of a woman who had shaved her head. To me, this feels out of touch, but tell me down in the comments. Give me your original thoughts, your heartfelt ideas, not someone else's. Let's chat down there and talk about this, because I think this explores that really intimate question in a very highlighted way. Yeah? What is funny? What is too far for comedians? This isn't as big of a deal, but it is of the same ilk as the Me Too movement. What is consent? What is too far? Right? There were some clear violations, and there was that weird gray area. And with certain comedians, we find ourselves in a weird gray area. I'd be interested to see how a Richard Pryor or a George Carlin would have adapted to the culture as it changed. Or would they dig their heels in the sand like a lot of comedians are doing today and just refuse to understand that time has marched on? I don't know, but tell me in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, and then be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe to the channel. Join us over on the socials. I'm gonna get this down. More practice every week for more fun throughout the week. I say to myself, point to on the screen here, we're building this on the runway. And if this vibe is hitting different, join, well, these stellar people right here. Over there on Patreon. We're doing uninterrupted content, behind the scenes access, special events, and more to enjoy your own episodes of your mindful fitness adventure. A big thank you to these patrons for helping us keep the lights turned on once we moved in and helping us get better to bring you more and more content that is of a mindful for the rest of us. Yeah, something like that. Join them at www.patreon.com/withmarcus. Of course, the links are in the description below.